So we're going to talk really briefly here about how we denote the derivative. So we're not going to do any calculations here, we're just going to go over some notation. Now when we have a function, we have two ways that we generally denote a function. Most obvious one here would be f of x. We see f of x, we know we've got a function. And the second way we've got to denote that is going to be just y. So we can have f of x equals something or y equals something, and it's going to be the rest of the function. When we do the derivative, we have about 4 different ways we can show the derivative. And one of the most common here is going to be we'd write f prime of x. We pronounce that as f prime of x. And if we've got our function y here, one common way we can denote, if we're using y as a function, we can also say y prime. So we have f prime of x and we have y prime. But there's also another form that we can use for the derivative to show the derivative. So we're going to start this time. We're going to go to y and then up to f of x. So if we have our function y, another common way to show the derivative is going to be we say dy dx. So if we ever see dy dx equals something, we know we're talking about the derivative. And then the second way to show it with f of x is kind of a combination of the f prime or the dy dx. It's going to be d dx and then a little bracket here after it, f of x. And these are going to be, this right here, f prime of x and dy dx are the most common ways we write it. We can see this is just about the same thing as this piece of it, and instead of y, we have our f of x, and we write it afterwards in the brackets. And then y prime is very similar to just f prime of x.